Summer and watermelon go together like the 4th of July and fireworks. Whether you serve it sliced or in chunks, everyone loves this cold, sweet treat. Today, to elevate this classic in the true Chez Montier fashion, we're going to build it as a multi-tiered Napoleon. It only takes a few simple ingredients, but you have to be careful with the selection of those ingredients. They're critical. All you need is a seedless watermelon, mozzarella cheese, sweet basil, Maldon large crystal salt, chives, and white balsamic vinegar reduction. But don't forget the bamboo skewers as well. Now, there are no guarantees for sweetness when selecting a watermelon, but using science and a little wisdom, you can find a good one even at your local market. First, find a melon with the skin that is dull, not shiny. Take the fruit's gender into account. Yes, gender. The longer shaped melons are male and tend to be more watery. The round and stout melons are female and are usually sweeter. Now, pick it up and hold the melon away from you. It should feel heavy. Look for the patch on the bottom. I call this the field spot, the place where the melon has rested on the ground as it grew. The creamier the spot is, the longer it is ripened on the vine and sweetened. Then give it a few raps. Listen for the melon that sounds hollow. A dull sound can mean it's full of water and not quite ripe. So, the lesson is a heavy watermelon that sounds hollow with a yellowish spot on its belly means it's probably at the peak of ripeness and brimming with sweet juice. Oh, the second ingredient is mozzarella. In an ideal world, I would use this buffalo mozzarella because of its superior flavor and creamy texture. But for this recipe, the creamy texture is its downfall. The softness of the cheese makes it difficult to cut and make an even, symmetric Napoleon. I have my deli person slice 3 16-inch slabs from a sandwich block. I like to use the Boar's Head brand. To maximize flavor, I've salted the cheese and let it rest at least 2 hours before assembly. I have already chopped our chives and our basil, and now we're ready. I have already removed the rind from the melon and trimmed the flesh into a rectangular block, approximately the size of the cheese. Now let's slice this block into 1/2-inch slabs. And this little uneven bit you can eat later. To assemble a Napoleon, place the cheese on the board, sprinkle it with Maldon salt and a little basil, and put your watermelon on top. And repeat. Cheese, salt, basil, watermelon. Cheese, salt, basil. Make sure that the top layer and final layer is your watermelon. Now, let's trim the edges to make it square and pretty. And then score the top to make sure. There, that's beautiful. Now score the top into 3/4-inch pieces, both directions. and insert the skewer in the center of each one. Make sure the skewers are all going in the right direction. And this locks all the layers together. For this exercise, I'm only going to do these first 2 rows. There we go. Now, we cut the watermelon into stacks. Get your knife in there. Cut it into a stack. And then cut each stack into a Napoleon. Isn't that beautiful? Wow! I love it when it works out like you planned. Now, to serve, simply assemble them on your plate. Top with chives and drizzle with a little white balsamic vinegar. Wow, isn't that sexy? Now, let's taste it. The sweetness from the balsamic vinegar really makes it come alive. And there you have it. A really fabulous, easy hors d'oeuvre that everyone is familiar with. It will make the fireworks at your picnic and your cocktail soiree. Happy 4th of July.